Starting off this countdown at number 10, demon terrorizing cats. This happened December 18th, 2019, and the footage was filmed while a child and their mother were on vacation and left the cats at home. They had a house sitter who would come to the house every other morning to look after them. After they were on vacation for 5 days, they came back and noticed that the cats had been acting strange. So they decided to check the security footage, and this is what they found. The camera then turned away and stayed there until they returned home. Right when they came home, the cats darted towards the front door trying to get out. Did you guys also notice the shadow at the front door? Let's run the clip again, but zoomed in. Yeah, you can very clearly see that shadow, and the camera detects faces. Like on the cats, it shows a little green square. Well, on the shadow, it shows a green square. Now into number 9, school ghost. This footage was recorded at Deer Park Irish Christian Boarding School in the middle of the night in 2017. The school had numerous reports of ghosts in the school or things being moved without anyone touching them. Look at the video and tell me what you think. Maybe this video is a prank or something, I'm not sure, but with multiple reports of strange, inexplainable things happening around the school, it's hard not to believe. And with that poster flying off the wall when no one was around, it seems like that ghost or demon is quite angry. Here at number 8, bedroom poltergeist. This video is recorded from a woman's bedroom security camera, and in the video it appears that her bedroom door opens and then her bedsheet is being pulled off her while she's sleeping. You can even see how freaked out she gets when she turns on the light, only for the light to be turned off again. And when it first happened, she tried to turn on the light and it wasn't turning on. It looks like she starts to panic, looking in her bed, probably trying to find her phone to use it as a flashlight. This straight up looks like stuff I see in the Paranormal Activity movies, and I just hate it. Taking spot number 7, bedsheet demon. This video is recorded from a home security camera, and the video shows an older lady that appears to be making dinner when all of a sudden things start getting thrown around. Now the last part with the bedsheet, I don't know how real it is, maybe it's photoshopped, but she looks too scared after she pulls off the bedsheet for it just to be photoshopped. But I don't know, what do you guys think? Hoax or real? Now at number 6, one-way ghost. The one-way ghost reportedly haunts the Space Mountain attraction at Disneyland. The spirit is described as being a large man with red hair and a red face. Many have reported seeing him on the ride and then disappearing by the end. hence the name one-way ghost. It's said that he died on the ride due to an accident that happened in the 1970s, and his soul has never left the place. He is said to ride the seats between those who choose to go alone, just like in the video. Now, why would this ghost still hang around? Does this ghost have intent to hurt people? Halfway at number 5, poltergeist mother. This video was taken from a baby monitor in the home of a young couple with their toddler. One night, the family got a notification that there was motion detected. They got on the app only to see this. The family said that this happened more than once. The baby is never harmed or anything, but it's said that when the parents are around, the ghost seems mad. Some have said that it's probably the mother of a child, and the mother passed away, so now the mother tries to care for their child as a replacement. Here at number 4, hotel demon. This footage was recorded by hotel security on September 14th, 2003. So there were reports of screams coming from a hotel room, and so a security guard went to go investigate. Once he did, you can see a large spirit walk out of the room after the security guard goes in to investigate. Before he even enters the room, you can hear the screams. They are so loud and insane.
There's no one checked into that room. There should be nobody in there. Wait 1 second, John. Amy, are you there? Yeah, John says he hears the screaming coming from that room. And I hear it too. But we're sure that no one's checked into that room. Correct? John, just wait. We're gonna get a hold of the police. So, I would wait for the police, John. Amy, John's gonna enter the room real quick just to check, make sure, see what's going on. Wait 1. John, are you there? Okay, Amy, John wants you to call the police right now if you don't mind. He says no one's in there, but that all of the furniture has been turned upside down and hold on. He says the carpet's been ripped up and that the shower is on, but nobody's in there.
Did you hear him say that at the very end? All of the furniture has been turned upside down? I'm not sure about you guys, but a friendly ghost wouldn't scream and turn furniture upside down. Taking number 3, curtain demon. Now this one isn't taken on security camera, but I still think it's very scary, so I thought I'd add it in anyway.
So for today's drink,
the door was open, so maybe it was the wind, but it legit looks like a hand crawling from behind the curtain. And when she runs up, there's nothing there. And then she shuts the door. It seems like whatever thing did that was trying to scare the girl. Maybe it was a demon trying to threaten her. Moving on to number 2, poltergeist in the window. This video was from a man's security camera in his bedroom. In the video, you can very clearly see something in the window. Now I know what you're thinking, oh, that looks like a real person. Well, before the curtain was closed, and it slowly started to open as that thing came up to the window. Multiple things also fall off the shelf while he's sleeping, and his bedsheet gets pulled off. Like, I don't know if a real person could do all that from behind the window, but it's just absolutely terrifying to watch. And now coming in at number 1, hallway demon. This video was recorded in an apartment building while a man was walking down the hall to his unit late at night. The man is seen walking normally until you can see a very dark, shadowy figure walk next to him from the opposite side, till they meet, and then the man gets knocked over and starts being pulled by the dark shadow, and then it just disappears. Maybe this one is real, maybe it's not, but the guy looks like he's running for his life. And it's said that the darker the shadow, the more evil it is.
At number 10 spot, we have Trapped in the House. In October 2012, YouTuber Michael D. McGee posted a video on YouTube that supposedly captured a demon that has been haunting his house for years. In the description, he claims that he has been haunted since late 2010, and ever since, his paranormal experiences have increased and gotten even worse. This is when he finally decided to capture a video of what was happening to him. At first, he heard the sound of movement on his stairs, but when he went to go check, no one was home. Then he heard something again, and this is when he took this video. The sound of the closed footsteps along with the door closing right next to him is bound to keep anyone up at night. Number 9, the sound of a demon. In March 2012, a Russian YouTuber posted footage of some sound he heard from the forest at night. The video was shot next to an abandoned and destroyed building, and the men in the video believed it was someone screaming from a megaphone. However, upon closer inspection, they noticed that it was from a single creature that was making that sound. Many people believed it was the sound of a rake in the video, which is kind of like a vampire-like humanoid that feeds on human meat and blood. However, paranormal investigators believe these were the screams of the devil. They believe these screams are the same sounds they make when they are suffering in hell, and when they come up to our world, they can't help but shriek and scream like this video. Number 8, a real haunted house. In September 2010, YouTuber Chris Honkotsky posted a video that captured footage inside of his father's home in Southern California. He mentions that when he was growing up in that home, he experienced a large number of paranormal events, but he was always reassured nothing was wrong and that's all in his imagination. He also noted that one time at the house, he attempted to try a Ouija board. He claimed it worked, but he forgot to say goodbye. And for those who don't know, that's the most important step. Despite incorrectly playing the game, he hasn't had any supernatural encounters until he saw this recording. The man concluded that it must have been a demon that he released when he played the Ouija board. The object in the back can be seen moving, and no, this isn't by anything human or a string. It was a 30-pound statue of a giraffe, and no one was awake at the time. And to make things worse, this all started happening at 3 a.m. Number 7, Annalise Michael. Surprise, surprise, exorcism is on this list as well. Except this is specifically the true story of Annalise Michael, who is also the inspiration for the movie The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Annalise was a normal girl growing up, but by the time she hit the age of 16, her whole life changed. She began to see the face of the devil everywhere she went, and shortly after, many people, including herself, believed she was possessed by a real demon. A total of 67 exorcisms were done, and they sounded a little something like this. Unfortunately, they did nothing for this poor girl and she ended up passing away from malnourishment and dehydration. Were these the sounds of a demon, or were these the sounds of a troubled girl looking for proper help? You guys be the judge. Number 6, demon in the dark. All the way back in June 2006, YouTuber Pasquale posted one of the creepiest footage of a supposed demon at night. He claimed that the footage came from a Spanish forest near the town of Campdevoniol. Many laid claim that this was a sighting of one of the local demons that terrorized the area. But after seeing the footage, let me know if you guys think this is a real demon.
No, tio, ja veus si he sentit soroll. Encara des de fa rato que he sentit soroll. Que sí, collons, que sí, hòstia. Escolta. Ho sents o no?
Did you see the glowing eyes? If not, here they are again. This supposed demon has also been thought to be a rake, which is a very slender, dark looking creature that I mentioned before. But in my opinion, this might be actually a demon. In the hump for a list, we have demon in abandoned building. This video was posted on Reddit by a now deleted user with the caption, dark demon in abandoned building. I mean, first of all, do we really expect anything good coming from an abandoned building? Didn't think so. This brave guy decided to record his adventure and stumbled upon a supposed demon in the process. What even was that? Many people in the comments said it was a demon because the abandoned building has been used for many satanic rituals and other sacrifices. Near the end of the video, we stumbled upon an animal jaw, which was most likely used for a formal ritual as well, confirming this theory. Number 4, chased. One man claimed to have visions of a demon and would also hear them while he slept. Because of this, he would suffer from insomnia and constant anxiety. One night, his hallucinations and thoughts began to get really bad to the point when he ended up running away from his own home, thinking he was haunted by multiple ghosts. When he ran outside, he decided to record a quick video, and as he began to hear slight noises around him, this is what he saw. Number 3, demon cat. In September 2020, YouTuber Happy Fox Productions posted some home footage of when they're away on vacation. They had a few cats, but they decided to leave them home as they were only gone for a few days. But still, they took their precautions and hired a house sitter to check on them. When they arrived back home, they noticed their cat's behavior was completely off and not normal, so they decided to check the security footage to see if anything happened. As you can see, there's a clear shadow of a person standing near the door, but also the cat is seen standing up, which was pretty odd according to the owner. They then decided to see if there was something there, so they did some editing. Number 2, household demon. One family began to report that they were being terrorized by a demon after they conducted a seance to contact a deceased relative. At first, they believed that they had contacted their relative, but minutes after, the voice they heard started to alter and change. Soon, the house began to show many signs of supernatural, and in 2007, this video was posted to prove their experiences. The clip was recorded from the hours 11 PM to 5 AM, and originally the cupboard was closed. After this, the family immediately put their house for sale, so we gotta feel bad for the new homeowners. Number 1, demonic car. This footage was captured during a police chase around the year 2000 by Garden City Police. A few police cars were chasing a car when all of a sudden the car makes a turn to escape the cops, and when the cops turn, it can be seen on the dash cam of the police car that the vehicle seemingly went through a fence.
The fence at the end means no way out, or does it? Even watching it again, cops are unable to make sense of it. All they see is an intact fence and nothing more than the vanishing taillights of what the Garden City PD has come to call the ghost car.
The police department still to this day can't explain what happened, and it has been known as the Garden City ghost car, and others believed it was actually possessed by the devil himself.
Kicking it off at number 10 is the Wendigo. A Wendigo is said to be a very rare demon. They are described as strong monsters that have a powerful desire to eat and kill their victims, humans. The legend states that a Wendigo can possess you and turn you into one itself if the person is greedy or weak or wandering the woods alone at night.
There are multiple myths talking about what Wendigos look like, but the majority of them describe them to look like an animal, but very tall with a skull as a head, long legs, and their whole body covered in hair and drenched in blood. They are said to be very fast with strength like no other, super hearing, amazing sense of smell, and is said to walk on water just like Jesus. Now at number 9, we have the Ouija board demon. Zozo is a demon who chooses to only come through a Ouija board, giving him the name the Ouija board demon. This is a demon that was directly banished from God himself, so you best know there's a good reason for it. If you decide it's a good idea to play with the Ouija board, this is the demon you may encounter. Just to be sure, he will reveal himself by doing a figure 8 formation on the board and zooming back and forth between the letters Z and O. He's friendly at first, but in reality, that's the type of deception Zozo does. He likes to hide and pretend to be other people, mimicking the voices of our loved ones, and sometimes would take the form of their bodies in the shadows. As the game continues, Zozo begins to become more sinister. He is known for breaking objects, installing fear into others, just to have fun.
Here at number 8, we have sirens. Originally, not much was known about the sirens, because anyone drawn to their calls never came back alive. However, later Roman authors expanded on the idea of sirens. Some say sirens are mermaid-like creatures who lived on a remote island surrounded by rocky cliffs. Others say they were formerly handmaids of the goddess Persephone, who is the daughter of Zeus and Demeter. One day Hades looked above and saw Persephone. He immediately fell in love with her and had asked Zeus for her hand in marriage. Zeus said yes, but Hades knew Demeter would never allow it, so Hades stole her. Demeter gave the handmaids the bodies of birds to assist in the search for her daughter. However, they couldn't find her, so they eventually gave up. The sirens would lure passing sailors by singing to them. Their singing would possess any sailor listening to the point that they would lose all willpower and crash their ship into rocky shores and cliffs, killing everyone aboard.
Coming in at number 7, we have Akamana. Zoroastrian mythology speaks of the Akamana. The name loosely translates into mind made of evil. So you guessed it, he is the demon of evil intention, and that's exactly what he does while inside of a human host. He gives the appearance of a ram-horned humanoid with more than 2 arms. His purpose is to taint the mind and destroy all morals. Whether it's displaying an indifference to daily responsibilities or blatantly ignoring large-scale moral obligations. Akamana plants seeds of evil into human minds, including lust, sloth, and deceit. Just to give more background, his dad is Satan. And Satan decided to have 9 sons for whatever reason, and all of them were born out of darkness with a single goal to corrupt everything they encountered. Akamana is a hateful but self-loving being who wishes only death upon those other than him and the human he controls.
Sliding into number 6, voodoo dolls. Now I'm sure we all know what voodoo dolls are, but are they just legend or are they real? Voodoo dolls are said to have originated from Europe. More specifically, the oldest known voodoo doll is said to be from Britain, as far back as the Middle Ages. In the Middle Ages, it was quite common for magic practitioners, known as cunning folk, to make a doll that looks like a witch and stick it with pins in order to break her spells and hurt her. The legend of voodoo dolls are that if someone has a doll with your energy or essence, for example, a piece of your hair or fingernail or some of your blood, that they can call upon ancient spirits to possess that doll and use witchcraft to link your body to the doll so that whatever happens to the doll happens to you.
Halfway there at number 5, we have the yin-yang theory. Unless you've been living under a rock, you have definitely seen this symbol. The yin-yang theory has penetrated into various traditional Chinese cultural things, including the calendar, astronomy, meteorology, Chinese medicine, martial arts, and the list goes on and on. The yin-yang theory applies to spirit possession. In general, one is considered to be weak when the yin and the yang in the body are in balance, especially when the yin is on the dominant side.
The spirits of the yin side will then take control of these individuals, causing them to associate with negativity and death. These imbalances also determine how weak your soul is. For example, if you had a weak imbalance, this would allow other ghosts and spirits to freely enter your body. To prevent this imbalance, a person must surround themselves with positive energies such as healthy eating, positive relationships, and exercising. Now at number 4 is skinwalkers. Now from what I read, I'm not even supposed to be talking about this because it's bad luck to even talk about it. But I'm doing it for you guys, okay? A skinwalker is basically a witch. Not an exact translation, but very similar. Legend says that skinwalkers committed unspeakable acts in order to gain the power to change their shape into an animal in order to harm. They mimic sounds that might draw someone's attention, like the voice of a loved one or a stranger that might be in trouble, so that they can lure defenseless victims to their death. It's often personal, and it's very much like you having a hex put on you. A hex is kind of like a spell or a curse to control you. Take a look at this video I found on TikTok and be sure to listen very closely. And there's lots of theories that also say that animals can sense and see the supernatural better than anyone can. That horse sprinting in the other direction sells that theory for me.
Taking our number 3 spot, we have the jinn. Jinns are entities from Arabic mythology. While jinn are mentioned in the Quran and are thus part of Islam, these spirits are not worshipped in the faith. They are thought to transcend the boundaries of the physical world and are said to be made of smokeless fire. Jinns are also believed to be capable of human possession. They possess the bodily needs of a human being, and to make things worse, jinn actually enjoy punishing humans and are said to be responsible for many diseases and all kinds of accidents.
Finally, here at number 2 is real-life Annabelle doll. Has anyone seen the horror movie Annabelle? Alright, well, fun fact, that movie is actually based on a true story. Now for the sake of the video, I'm going to be talking about all the real stuff that happened, not about the stuff in the movie, because not all of it is true. The real-life Annabelle doll was purchased from a store in 1970 and given by a mother to her daughter, Donna, who was a student in nursing school as a birthday present for her 28th birthday. Donna shared a small apartment with her roommate Angie, who was also a nursing student, and Angie's fiance, Lou. Angie would often come home to find that the doll had been moved. At first it was subtle, like they would find that the doll had shifted positions from where they last left it, but it started to progress. The doll would show up in Donna's room sitting in a chair with its arms and legs crossed, standing up on its own, and even kneeling on a chair, and when they tried to put the doll back to that same position, it would just fall. Donna said that she would come home to find messages written in childlike writing on parchment paper. The messages would say things like, "Help us." Donna had spoken to a medium after noticing that drops of blood had randomly appeared on the doll. And the medium had said that a 7-year-old girl named Annabelle, who used to play in the fields of where their building now stands, was possessing the doll, and that her lifeless body was discovered in those same fields. Donna and Angie felt bad, so they allowed the spirit that they thought was Annabelle to stay with them and possess the doll. It's said that God does not allow child spirits to possess dolls. It was, in fact, a demon inside the doll that was impersonating a child's spirit. Lou didn't like the doll very much and warned Donna that it was evil. And one night when Lou was asleep, he woke up and realized that he was unable to move. He saw the doll at his feet and watched as it slowly glided up his leg and over his chest, and the doll had started to strangle him until he blacked out.
Finishing it up at our number 1 spot, we have the Jewish Dybbuk. Many of you have probably seen an example of a Dybbuk in popular horror movies such as The Possession or The Unborn. However, early tales of its existence date back to the word of mouth, specifically 17th century tales of Polish and German Jews. While many malevolent spirits remain invisible or take on the form of some hideous creature, the Dybbuk looks very much like a human. It often resembles a person familiar to the community it invades.
The first ever interpretation of a Dybbuk is a malevolent spirit of a dead person who reaches out to possess living people who are ill and sick. They bind onto the human soul, influencing their actions and behaviors. When a Dybbuk enters your body, it means you have done continuous bad deeds, which opens the door to your soul. Starting off this countdown at number 10, Jinn. This video was taken by a YouTuber who regularly posts videos and doesn't post videos about ghosts, but he was in his room one night and his cat started to act weird.
It was about 1 AM and it was in my bedroom and he was staring at the wall behind me. and off to the side, sort of into the corner of the room. Some people say jinns and spirits and stuff are often in corners of rooms. So if you believe in ghosts and things and stuff, then get a cat, or maybe don't get a cat because it will probably freak you out when it does this, if it does this. So enjoy the rest of this video, I guess.
You can hear him say in the video that jinn tend to hide in corners, and a jinn, if you don't know, is a type of evil spirit or demon. It's said that they are made of, quote, smokeless fire, and they can also possess humans. It's said that jinn are responsible for all kinds of accidents and deadly diseases. On a more fun note, the cat's name is Peanuts, which is just so adorable. Now at number 9, demon reflection. This video was captured inside the home where a family had seen their dog start to act strange. The dog walks to the back door staring at what looks like its reflection, but when the dog walks away, the reflection is still there. Maybe there's another dog behind the camera we can't see, but to me, before the reflection looked like a dog, but after it looked like a demon. Like I looked closer and I could like see like a face, but I hate it, so no. Coming in at number 8, spirit box. A spirit box, if you don't know, is also known as an EMF reader. It picks up on different radio sequences, which helps spirits communicate with us. For this one, Mike Jamieson had claimed that spirits and demons were haunting his home. He had already had multiple security cameras set up that had captured odd things. But for this one, his dog, Buckeye, started to act really weird walking back and forth from his bedroom to the basement stairs. Mike decided to start using the spirit box to see if it would pick up anything.
Radio frequencies looking for sound. Paranormal researchers believe that these sounds come from ghosts or supernatural entities.
Yeah, what's up, man? You just said my name. That's a dog.
In a later clip, we see more activity in the scary video as the dog heads for the basement stairs.
In a later clip, when Mike had walked to the basement stairs, his dog stood there for about 3 minutes, and just as his camera started to bug out and act weird, his dog went down the stairs and the spirit box said the word dog.
Oh, losing focus, oh my god. Wow, dude, see? Yeah, my camera just lost focus and I got goosebumps, spirits.
Very freaky, I know. Here at number 7, demon terrorizing cats. This footage was filmed while a child and their mother were on vacation and left the cats at home. They had a house sitter who would come by the house every other morning to look after them. After the 5-day vacation, they came back and noticed that their cats had been acting strange. So they decided to check the security camera footage, and this is what they found. The camera then turned away and stayed there until they returned home. Right when they came home, the cats darted towards the front door trying to get out. Did you guys also notice the shadow at the front door? Let's run the clip again. Yep, pretty clear to me, I can see that shadow. Taking number 6 is dog ritual. In a loving home with a few dogs and a family, there's one dog that's different from the rest. Every night around 9:15 p.m., the dog leaves everyone else in the living room and goes to the kitchen to stare at one specific corner for 45 minutes.
Dark room near the kitchen. There, Bella sits and stares at one corner of the room as if intently watching something. dog will watch the corner for up to 45 minutes, occasionally raising her ears as if she hears something.
No matter who's talking to the dog or what they're saying, she will never break her eyes away from that one corner. Halfway number 5, orange cat. In this video, a woman was taking a video of her playing with her cats when one cat decided to lay down.
When it looks as though it spots something and suddenly dives out of the way. Just as it does, a strange ghost-like apparition moves past the camera. The cat seems to react to the ghostly shape just before it can be seen on film. Has this YouTuber accidentally captured a ghost on camera while...
Suddenly the orange cat gets scared and runs away, and just after a bright orb can be seen passing by. This cat was very clearly disturbed by whatever that was, and I wouldn't want to meet it. Now at number 4, demon in the kitchen. A woman had claimed her house is being haunted by a demon. One night she got up from sleeping and went to the kitchen to get a glass of water when her dog was following her but then wouldn't fully enter the kitchen. So she started recording.
It's okay. Come on. It's okay. It's okay, come on.
As you can see, the dog is standing just behind the entrance of the kitchen and he won't go in. He seems to be looking at the wall just in front of him and then starts aggressively barking. No matter what the woman says, he won't follow her. She offers the dog treats and still no. It's like you can see him try to go in, but he's scared and can't bring himself to do it. Coming in at number 3, demon on the dresser. In this video, a woman was in her room when the cat started to stare at the dresser in the room and started to pace back and forth. The cat's hair on its back then stood up, which never means anything good. Cats' hair on their back will often stand up when they are scared. The cat starts to stand on its back legs, and I did some research on this one. When cats feel threatened by a devious predator, they will often attempt to make themselves appear as large as possible. You guessed it, perching on the back of its legs is part of this survival tactic. Here at number 2, demon pushes dog. In this video, a daughter and her mom were sitting on the couch when their dog started to bark at the dark corner in their house. Now it would be easy to say, oh, the dog probably just thought it heard something and is randomly freaking out. But the dog keeps barking for a while.
This happens.
Then the mom says to the daughter, if the dog goes flying across that rug, Jade, and then it looks like the dog gets suddenly pushed. If this spirit is pushing the dog, chances are it's not friendly, especially in a dark corner. Taking our number 1 spot, poltergeist plays with dog. A man would always come home to his living room being trashed, and he assumed it was his dog misbehaving when he was gone. So he set up a security camera and then checked the footage, and this is what he found.
He is shocked.
First, the radio randomly turned on by itself and then started switching stations, which ghosts are known for doing. But then the dog's balls started to roll off the couch when it was perfectly still before. The dog clearly doesn't seem bothered by this, but this one just doesn't feel right.
At number 10 spot, we have Pazuzu from The Exorcist. You know we have to start this list with one of the most iconic horrors of all time, 1971's The Exorcist. Although this movie is known worldwide, many don't know who the bad guy truly is, other than the fact that he's a demon and that he's bad. So for some demon education, let me just explain. The main antagonist of the Exorcist movie is Pazuzu, who is considered the king of all demons in the underworld, according to Assyrian and Babylonian mythology. In legend, Pazuzu is depicted as a human-like figure with a scorpion's tail, wings, claws, and always has his right hand pointing upwards and his left hand downward. But in more popular culture, he's depicted as one of these. And I gotta say, this has gotta be one of the most vampire-looking demons out there. In legend, Pazuzu was created originally as an angel, but when the whole God vs. Lucifer incident happened, he joined the dark forces, and he, along with all of Lucifer's friends, were banished. And need I mention, this demon is specifically known for his possession abilities, and this is ultimately how the movie Exorcist happened. 12-year-old Regan McNeil using the Ouija board, then boom. At number 9 spot, we have Bughuul from The Sinister. Bughuul, or Mr. Boogie, or Eater of Children. Okay, that name is kinda direct. Well, this demon plays the bad guy in the 2012 horror film Sinister and its prequel, Sinister 2. Yeah, he doesn't die in the first one. Sorry for the spoilers. In the movie, he's able to move across different realms and can teleport anywhere by just using images of himself. But apart from the horrible deeds he committed, like his many videos like Pool Party 66 and Lawn Work 86, people still don't know who Bughuul really is, and quite honestly, I don't even know, because Bughuul relates to so many different deities that I had to do my research. The closest one Bughuul could resemble is Moloch, which is the ancient pagan god of child sacrifice, and many others claim that Bughuul is the close brother of this god. I mean, it would make sense. In medieval times, many worshipped this Canaanite deity who is all about child sacrifice. This statue was said to have 7 chambers within, one being for sacrificing children. In all honesty, Sinister was a really good horror movie, and props to this great iteration of Moloch in the flesh. At number 8 spot, we have Deadites in Evil Dead. Look at these. Look at these. In the original 1981 Sam Raimi's version, we were introduced to the Deadites. These were considered to be demonic zombies, just in case a regular zombie or a regular demon wasn't enough. They went along and mixed the two together. And to make things even worse, they were possessed by these Cardanian demons that could basically touch anything, and they would be able to have complete possession over it. Imagine just going up to different people and just touching them, and you're able to possess their living souls. This strength alone gives them a spot on this list. Among their other strengths, they also work as a hive mind, as you notice from the demons saying "we" a lot. This means they all work under the same user of the Book of the Dead. So basically, if one is seeing you, all of them are. At number 7 spot, we have Valak from the Conjuring universe. Perfectly portrayed by Bonnie Aarons, Valak is a powerful demon that manifests as a demonic nun to both mock the faith of its enemies and to hide among them. It also hides the title as the arch enemy of the Warrens. Lorraine Warren in particular, with the rivalry starting when she exorcised it from Maurice towards the end of its original film. Valak is a very wicked, ruthless, sadistic, cult, and completely despicable demon. She's a complete menace and very scary. Almost forgot to mention, I mean, look at this. That scene shook me in the theaters, and I won't even lie. Apart from the film, Valak exists in past mythology as well. Valak is known as the great president of hell, with over 30 legions of demons at his command. Valak manifests as an angelically winged boy riding a 2-headed dragon, and it possesses the power to find treasures. In the case of the film, Valak's treasure was the vision of Ed Warren being impaled, which it offered to his wife Lorraine as a gift. At number 6 spot, we have Payman from Hereditary. If you haven't seen this movie, go give it a try. I feel like it's one of those horror movies where you need to show someone who's just getting into the genre, except for the fact that someone gets decapitated. Yeah, about that. 2018's Hereditary is a horror movie that gives a sense of realism on a human level. Doesn't even need jump scares, but instead it uses the ambience in the story to carry its unsettling story. At the end of the story, we see the son summoning Payman in order to possess his body and walk the earth. So who is Payman? Well, let me say King Payman. He is considered Lucifer's most obedient devil, which is also the reason he has 200 legions of demons under his rule. He's often depicted on top of his camel wearing a crown made with precious stones. He's also believed to be one of the best teachers of arts, philosophy, and sciences, which is another reason why he so easily has access to humans and is able to possess them with ease. In the hump of our list, we have Krampus. Every single December, all families come together and they anticipate the arrival of Saint Nicholas, aka the one and only Santa. As we all know, Santa rewarded those who acted good, but what really happened to those who acted bad? Not just the Cole story. This is where this guy comes in. Krampus appears as a tall, hairy beast with hooves and the horns of a goat. This Christmas demon is celebrated in some countries around the world, including Germany and Australia. And on December 5th, people dress up as this devil and chase naughty children around, which is like Halloween with a menacing twist. And talking about twists, many other tales of Krampus speak of him kidnapping naughty children, later taking their lives and eating them. At number 4 spot, we have the Balrog from the Lord of the Rings. I was way too excited to mention this beast since Lord of the Rings is my favorite trilogy of all time. Debate me, I dare you. So in Lord of the Rings mythology, Balrogs were originally considered to be Maiar, which were these angelic spirits existing before time itself. This is all due to Eru Ilúvatar, who is basically the god of this universe. So all was good, and then came along a guy named Melkor, who is basically Sauron's teacher. He decided to corrupt and deceive the Maiar until they joined his rebellion against Eru Ilúvatar. So once they took human form, they appeared as these terrorizing humanoid fire beasts known as the Balrog, which directly translates to the demon of might. The Balrog we do see in the Fellowship of the Ring was named Durin's Bane, who is basically responsible for many deaths of dwarves in the kingdom of Khazad-dûm. All the way at number 3 spot with Abalan from The Last Exorcism. The Last Exorcism, which was released in 2010 and directed by Daniel Stam, is one of the most iconic demonic possession movies of all time. This movie is about a religious minister who is struggling both financially and mentally. So he decides to shoot a documentary to expose the fraud within his very own ministry, except what he finds out is something a lot more real. This is when he decides to help a fellow follower named Louis Sweetser, who believed his daughter was possessed. When they arrived, she was actually possessed and shit hit the fan really quick. The demon that presented in the movie is Abalan. So remember the payment demon I mentioned in Hereditary? Well, this guy is always close by to that guy because it's believed if you summon payment, Abalan will appear beside him once you have given a sacrifice or other offering. At number 2 spot, we have the lipstick demon from Insidious. Insidious was a fresh horror movie in a time where horror movies became repetitive and predictable. Its use of sound was surprising to many, and I don't know about you, but the intro that shows the word Insidious in all red with the loud music actually scared me so much. Now onto the lipstick demon, otherwise known as the man with the fire in his face, is the main villain of Insidious. He is played by American composer and actor Joseph Bishara. This demon is a monstrous and sinister creature, tall and gaunt with a dark humanoid figure. Most of his body is black as coal with long spider-like fingernails, hooves, and a long forked tail. His head is mostly bald except for long tufts of hair around his ears. Although he does not wear any sort of clothing, he often wears silvery metallic claws over his own fingers. But what's more creepy, other than the fact that he can possess the living, is that he loves the Tiny Tim song, Tiptoed Through the Tulips. So play a little bit of a snippet for me. At number 1 spot, we have the Mammon from Constantine. So this is Lucifer's son. Need I say more? Well, if anyone hasn't watched the movie Constantine, Mammon attempted to make our human world his own personal kingdom, and he planned an invasion using many of his demons from hell. He is Lucifer's son, so he can do whatever he wants basically. Except that very fact that he was Lucifer's son was the reason he was stopped in the first place. So there's that. He is the high prince of the 7 princesses that make up hell, and it would make sense that he is also the strongest one in hell apart from his father Lucifer. He is considered to represent wealth, as his name in Hebrew means money, and he is referenced many times in the Bible for being the opposite to seeking for God's wisdom and his likeness.